Hello, everyone. Hello, all my followers and fans. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching me from. Yeah, this is Rock Talk TV. I've come here again to discuss an important issue in Nigeria. This is all about Nigerian politics and politics anywhere in Africa, anywhere around the world. Yes, I've come to discuss about governance. Because over the years, during the time of, this democracy, from the time of Obasanjo, Yar'Adua, and other, we think when the when the government or when the leaders, when they take over, or when the army hand over to the civilians, we think things are going to get better. That we're going to enjoy civilian rules and all that. In a way, people think that would be the norms, that anywhere in the world democracy is the best. But I want to ask, what have we benefited? What has changed since the time of military administration and then now that we're practicing democracy in Nigeria, or mostly Africa as a whole? Now, I have given an example in my previous video regarding healthcare and educational sectors in Nigeria, that their building has dilapidated. If you go to classrooms, you don't find chairs. There is no book in the library. During our time, we benefited all those things. It was free. We enjoyed ourselves. You can go find dictionary, find any book at all, that you want to read, and you will find it there in the library. You take it, you will read. Things were good. What happened now? Who caused Nigeria? Why has Nigeria is just going back instead of going forward? But now, is it the cause of governance, or is it because of the wickedness of these people who are in power? Yes, one. I think the 5% or 10% of it is the cause of governance. Second one is the wickedness of those people who are in power. Cost of governance, let's not talk about cost of governance. When a governor is going out, a governor will have probably 30 vehicles following governor. You are going to pay the drivers, you are going to buy fuel, you are going to service the vehicle with the police and entourage. You are traveling outside the country for a meeting of 1 hour or 2 hours. You go with 38 people for a meeting that you were not invited, just the governor. They said accountant to go to Abuja, he will go with 50 people. Go to London, he will go with 20 people. Go to America, he will go with 38 people. They will pay for hotel. They will feed them with other miscellaneous spending. The cost of governance is what is killing Nigeria. And also the wickedness in the heart of those people who are in position. And I will tell you, let me use an example of, let me use LSOT as an example. The present governor of Abia State. Abia State has been behind in most of the states in the east, and they've been complaining. But now people are rejoicing because a good man has taken over the power. Remember, of all the political parties, Labour Party brought out so many governorship candidates, let me put it that way. Out of them, they disqualified so many of them. They didn't want them to win any state. But a particular woman said that this man won the election, LSOT, that is going to remain. Well, despite all the pressure they gave him from Abuja and from the top, she refused. And this man emerged a governor. And today, within 1 year, this man has done more than most governors. 4 years in the office, he has done more than them. Now, let us talk about this geometric and integrated power that generated 180 megawatts of power in Abia State. This is the first of its kind in the whole history of Nigeria. That project took over 20 years ago during the time of Ojo Zokalo. He didn't finish it. All the money went under. Oji Sokano left. Several governors came. Nothing. They take money, borrow money, they squander it. Nothing happened. It never worked. This man, within 1 year, he was able to actualize that dream. Out of the 17 local governments in Abia State, 9 local governments now has light. They can boast of having at least 12 hours or 16 hours light in a day. Isn't that awesome? There are benefits attached to it. We're going to talk about it maybe in another video. But you could see that some governors who have spent 8 years in the office, they've not been able to do this project that this man has funded now. None of the governors in Nigeria have been able to achieve that. None of them. You could see that Abia State people, their Abians are happy. In the night, you can go. I was going to show you a picture, a photo, so that you will look at them. They are moving around at night. You can see, even when somebody is chasing you, you can see them. What is it that other governors, where did he get the money? What other governors cannot do, he was able to do it under 1 year of him taking over. What other governor, 36 states of Nigeria, what they could not achieve, he has achieved it. You can see the Vice President of Nigeria now coming to see him. He has commissioned the project. The light is everywhere now in 9 local government out of 17. You give him time again, if 7 or 9 local governments will have light constantly, and then now other ones have not been able to, little by little, is going to touch all of them. If you see the massive road works that this man is doing in Abia, you will have every reason. You will pray for more governors like him. I made a video concerning Delta State Governor, both from James Ibori, Udag. You talk of what is it called? Ato Yokowa. All of them come here, messed up, and they left. No projects. Healthcare center went under. Educational center went under. Ministry for Education and the Commissioner for what is it called? For H2B did it in Abia State. Now, the power behind, or the forces behind the state, they are now fighting him to make sure, because they did it to P2B. When P2B became a governor, they impeached him because he was saving money. The same thing they are doing to this man. Now they want to remove him because he's using Abia's money to develop Abia State. They are fighting him because he didn't give them the opportunity to share the money again. It becomes a problem in Abia. No, those forces need to be fought and allow them to go. P2B did it, and Anambra began to work. The same thing this man is doing today. And every man, every woman that loves good things should praise this man. They should pray for somebody like him to stay. But the person they are going to thank most, the Abians and the Nena Otti, the woman that said this man cannot be removed. If this woman have been able to be subdued, or this woman has healed to their cause, then Abians will not be happy today. They will not notice, or they will not even live to see the development that is taking place in Abia today. Somebody thought that is going to was going to protect the man they elected, the man they voted for, and that is what they are enjoying today. I want you to watch this video. Yet it might be long. Watch it and hear from the man himself.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
Good evening, listeners. Thank you for having me.
I must congratulate you for perhaps a milestone in the history, not only of Abia, but of Nigeria. But if everyone would complain over the years, we're over 40 years. We've complained about epileptic power supply. And for some reasons, if a part of Nigeria is going to be enjoying an industrial zone as Aba, is going to be enjoying an uninterrupted power supply, that is not only a miracle in our time, but it's a good news. Give us an understanding, because there are a lot of talks about what happened, how this happened, Give us an insight briefly about this.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your kind words. And we are glad that the Geometric has taken off after all. This is a project that was started in 2004. The former governor of Abia State, distinguished Senator Otti was the one on seat at that time, and he gave all the necessary waivers and approvals, and Geometric started work. Sometime in 2010, like I reported, Professor Bat Nnaji walked into my office, then as executive director of First Bank, and to appeal that the former bank that was funding the project, owing to the global economic crisis of that time between 2008 and 2009, had stopped funding the project midway, and he needed support to complete the project. We processed an $85 million facility for him, and unfortunately, he couldn't draw down that facility because the board of the bank felt that because I was proceeding to Diamond Bank as the CEO, that it would not make any sense to allow the company to withdraw the facility or to draw on the facility when the person that was going to manage it was not there. I believe it made a lot of sense because understanding the project is as important as dispersing the money. So I was headed to Diamond Bank, which actually was the bank that was initially funding the project. So on getting to Diamond Bank, we did a few things, restructured the facility, and saw it to completion by October 2014, the time I left Diamond Bank. But a lot of things happened thereafter that made it impossible for the project to take off. There was the unfortunate sell and resell of the Abia First Island. And that took a life of its own. And when that was resolved, Shell, which owned the major oil block that was supposed to supply gas to Geometric, had alienated the oil block and sold it to another company whose major focus at that time was not gas. Or even if it was not gas for domestic use, but for export. And by the time we took over on the 29th of May, we sat down with Geometric a few times and then engaged with NNPC. And subsequently, NNPC deployed their partners and gas was made available. Therefore, the 141 megawatts Geometric power, that's the capacity at this time, but it's expandable to 181 megawatts when the final turbine is delivered. So it was commissioned on Monday by His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, and a lot of friends of Abia and members of his entourage. The good news right now is that as we speak today, the third turbine has been fired. So the 3 turbines are on. It will take anywhere between another 7 to 10 days to test all the electrical equipment, the transmission line, the substations, and maximum in 10 days, at least 141 megawatts of power will be available for the Abia Ring-Fenced Island. My discussion with Professor Bat Nnaji is that Abia at the moment may not require more than 80 megawatts of power. So close to another 60 megawatts of power will be available, which in the first instance will be channeled to the national grid. We expect that with the discussions we are having with EEDC, that part of that capacity would go to Umuahia, because we're discussing with EEDC on some arrangements to also isolate the Umuahia Island, and that would include the remaining 8 local governments of Abia State, so that we can also begin to have, even if I don't say constant supply of power, I believe that power outage will be the exception rather than the rule, which is the situation at this time.
And the second video you are going to watch is the Vice President of Nigeria, Kashim Shettima, where he was commissioning the project. Which other states have done this? There are some states, even in Delta State, 1 week there is no light in Delta State. People are suffering there, but they allocate a huge money to them and they are spending it. Watch this video and tell me what you think.
Kashim Shettima's first visit to Aba, the commercial nerve center of Abia State, since he assumed office on May 29, 2023. The Vice President's first assignment is to inaugurate the Aba Geometric Power Plant, the first integrated power plant in Nigeria, situated at Osisioma Industrial Area of Aba. According to the Vice President, the federal government is proud to be associated with the project.
Today in Aba, we saw testimony to good leadership. I saw the outpouring of emotion, of love and support for Dr. Alex Otti. I was privileged to commission the Hospital Road, the Jubilee Road, and the Emoba Road on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Your Excellency, posterity will be very kind to you. Keep the flag flying, keep up the good works. Long live geometric power services. Long live Abia State.
On his part, Governor Alex Otti appeals to residents of Aba to work closely with security agents to guard against any form of sabotage.
The success of this power project will not just validate my unyielding belief in Aba, but will send a clear signal to local and international investors that Aba is open for business. We shall offer every necessary support to guarantee the success of this project, because so much depends on it. My doors will remain open to engage and listen to you. I'm also certain that other body of stakeholders, including landlords, business and community leaders, will never withhold their cooperation if efforts are made to build faith and trust in your business model.
Next, the Vice President and his host, Dr. T, moved to commission the new Jubilee Road, also in Aba. Done with his assignment, the Vice President departs, but residents of Aba are excited as they believe the newly rehabilitated road, as well as the power plant commissioned by Mr. Kashim Shettima, is an indication of better things to come in Abia State.
Thank you for watching. You've seen the video now. God bless you. Tell me what you think. Leave your comments and share this video. You need to hold our governors responsible and the local government chairman. All of them. Don't keep quiet. If you keep quiet, they are not going to do anything. If it's too much, we are going to follow them on the internet. We are going to follow them everywhere. And we are going to publish it. If you begin to call them out, they will know there is problem. They need to do something because the money is meant for the people of that state. Each state is being given money. They should use it to better the lives of those people who live in the state. God bless you. Leave your comment and tell me what you think. Share this video. Bye-bye. I will see you again.